What's up, guys? Mickle here, and we just got a brand new development in the Ripple SEC case in regards to the Bill Hinman Ethereum free pass emails. Guys, in this video, I want to break down what just happened, what different lawyers like Jeremy Hogan are saying about this, and guys, I want to talk about whether or not this increases the likelihood of a settlement. Guys, make sure to stick around for that. This is big. Guys, I also want to talk about something that was just reported that could make this entire Ripple SEC case, this entire proposition of calling XRP a security in the US, completely pointless. Guys, Coinbase just made a very interesting comment that could make the SEC's entire effort to try to kill cryptocurrency by calling it a security a complete failure. Guys, you are definitely going to want to see this because it could completely change the regulatory landscape in the US. Guys, last of all, I want to show you some very positive news in regards to market direction. Guys, it looks like we may have just avoided a massive black swan event. I want to talk about at the end of this video exactly what that was and where we are going next. Make sure to stick around for that. Like always, guys, your support means so much to this channel. If you want to see more videos just like this, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below and turn on bell notifications. These three simple things go such a long way in helping this channel grow, and it really does mean so much to me. If you guys ever need a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange, Uphold, down in the description of this video. Guys, Uphold is doing some fantastic things right now. You can buy Flare on their platform and even stake it right there on their website. So guys, make sure if you do not have an account with Uphold yet, you go make one now. They are doing some amazing things. Guys, with that said, let's jump right into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, I want to start off this video and go over a horrible piece of reporting by Charles Gasparino. Now guys, I'm actually going to follow this up with a very good piece of reporting where we actually learned something very interesting from him. But I wanted to start out with this because I had a very important point to make about it. Charles Gasparino tweeted out, "I have no idea who's going to win the SEC versus Ripple case. The judge's comments initially suggested she was siding with Ripple, but that was before the whole SBF FTX implosion and scrutiny of crypto. So who knows?" So guys, this is the dumbest tweet ever. The whole Sam Bankman-Fried FTX situation is going to have no impact on the Ripple SEC case. Guys, a fair judge who is not corrupt is not going to look at some fraudulent company and then look at a good company and say, oh, you know what? Because this company committed fraud, I'm going to punish you more. It is completely absurd and has absolutely nothing to do with securities law. I tweeted out to Charles Gasparino in response to this, the FTX situation literally has nothing to do with XRP being a security. So guys, this report by Charles made absolutely no sense. I have no idea why you even put a tweet like this out there. All this does is confuse people who don't have a good grasp on the situation, people who don't actually know what's going on in the Ripple SEC case, and guys, that's not what we need reporters like Charles to be doing. It's completely absurd, and honestly, it's kind of backwards. FTX blew up because the SEC failed to do their job. The SEC was meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX, and the SEC failed to stop them from defrauding investors. If anything, Judge Torres is likely looking at this situation and understanding, wow, another example of the SEC completely failing to protect investors. It looks like the SEC might be out of line in everything in regards to crypto and not just this Ripple case. Guys, overall, I just thought this piece of reporting was a massive miss, and I just wanted to point it out. Now guys, to be fair to Charles, he actually did report something very interesting, so we will give him credit for this, and let's just hope it's true. Let's try to give Charles a win here. He tweeted, "Scoop, Coinbase tells Fox Business it's developing a plan to survive an SEC regulatory crackdown on digital assets using broker-dealers to trade coins registered as securities. More to come as the SEC case versus Ripple looms. SEC win could force coins aside from Bitcoin to register." Now guys, this is actually pretty interesting and something I have been thinking for a while now. Why don't exchanges like Coinbase just register with the SEC? So if the SEC is successful in calling certain cryptocurrencies securities, they can still be traded in the US. We know the SEC cannot call any coin outside the US a security. Guys, no regulators in another country are going to listen to what the SEC has to say about the status of XRP. A lot of these countries are already drafting their own regulations, and guys, the fact of the matter is, they've just been a lot more sensible than the US. They have already stated that it makes no sense to call a decentralized crypto asset like XRP a security. But guys, that doesn't mean something crazy couldn't happen in the US, and I think this is likely a smart move by Coinbase. Why not just get your broker-dealer's license? If the SEC wants to call a cryptocurrency like XRP a security, well, you can still trade it and retail holders can still trade on Coinbase, and then it's almost like the whole designation of calling XRP a security doesn't even matter. This wouldn't even really hurt XRP in the long run. Now, a lot of people are going to make the argument, well, if XRP is a security, it's going to have to go to T+1 settlement, and that means that XRP won't work for instant transactions. Guys, I do not think this is going to work. There's no way you can really slow down the speed of XRP, so I don't think that's really a plausible argument here. I don't think the SEC is going to get away with actually slowing down XRP transactions to T+1. For those of you guys who don't know what T+1 is, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's essentially the amount of time it takes for a traditional security to clear. But guys, that's just because the technology that moves securities is completely outdated. The rails for cryptocurrencies are completely different, so I just don't think that argument applies. The main point I wanted to get across here, and I think this is really important to understand, I really do think there are potential outcomes out there where certain cryptocurrencies are called securities, but guys, it doesn't mean those cryptocurrencies have to die. I really think it's possible for different exchanges to register with the SEC and just be traded under the label as securities so the SEC can claim their portion of the market. Guys, the SEC wants control of this market because they want the money. I really don't think they just want to kill crypto because at the end of the day, guys, criminal organizations like money more than anything. The SEC is not going to want to kill crypto, it would rather siphon the money out of it. The only way the SEC can take money from crypto is if they get regulation of it. So guys, I really do think the SEC is more interested in just calling these tokens securities so that they can get fees off of it. They can force these different entities to register so that they can go after different corporations and say, oh, this is a security, and just make money from it. I really do think that's their end goal here, and just a very interesting thought experiment here. Even if the SEC is successful in calling some of these different coin securities, I don't see why the exchanges couldn't just get broker-dealer licenses, trade the currencies, and boom, suddenly it's regulated by the SEC, but no one's going to act like these cryptocurrencies aren't cryptocurrencies because that's what they are. It's not going to really hurt the technology. So guys, now I want to move on and cover a very interesting development in the Ripple SEC case, and that is that Ripple is demanding that the SEC make the Bill Hinman Ethereum free pass emails public. Now, the reason this is such a big deal is actually what Jeremy Hogan had to say in response to this. He said, will the court force the SEC to disclose the Hinman emails to the public? We will know very shortly. Now guys, originally, most people out there assumed that we wouldn't find out if the Bill Hinman Ethereum free pass emails would be made public until summary judgment. So a lot of people were under the assumption, oh, the SEC is never going to have to settle this case. They'll just go all the way to summary judgment, see what happens, see if the emails are made public or not, and then make a decision from there, but they'll already be at summary judgment, so they'll already know whether or not they lost, and then they could make a decision from there. Guys, what Jeremy Hogan seems to be implying here is that Judge Torres could actually make a ruling on the Hinman emails separately from summary judgment and before it. This would put the SEC in a horrible position. Because if Judge Torres rules that the SEC has to make the Hinman emails public before summary judgment, well guys, that means the SEC is back to the predicament where they might not be able to go to summary judgment. They might have to settle this case to prevent those emails from being made public. Guys, this would be a very big switch up and something not a lot of people have been factoring in. Now guys, unfortunately, we're not going to know exactly when Judge Torres is going to make this ruling. There is no date. She could make a ruling right now if she wanted to, or she could wait till summary judgment. In my opinion, it's a lot better for Ripple if she rules before summary judgment. This would put the SEC in a big predicament. If Judge Torres tells the SEC that the Hinman emails will be made public, will the SEC want to go to summary judgment? At that point, they would be risking exposing their agency and exposing the Hinman emails. Now guys, we have no idea if this is something the SEC would be willing to do, but this case is going badly for them. So if they already understand they're probably going to lose this case, why would you also take the risk of exposing Hinman and your agency? Now guys, this is a predicament that before we did not think the SEC was going to be faced with, but guys, it looks like there is a possibility of this, so we're just going to have to watch this very closely. And guys, what we want is we want Judge Torres to make a ruling on this before summary judgment. That would be the best thing for Ripple, and it would force the SEC into settling this case before summary judgment came around. Guys, this would be the best win for Ripple. Almost every single lawyer in this case has stated that the best case scenario for Ripple is a settlement where XRP today is declared not a security, so let's hope for that. Guys, last of all, I want to finish this video with a very quick piece of market news, and that is it looks like DCG is gonna be okay. Now, guys, DCG holds a lot of cryptocurrency, so this was the equivalent of a black swan nuclear event in crypto. It looks like it has been avoided. Now, it's kind of hard to tell based on these tweet threads these different crypto founders put out. Guys, it seems to me like there's a pretty low risk that DCG is going to go under. They have some big money backing them, and just reading through this tweet thread, I'm not going to bore you guys by going through it. It looks like their different products like Grayscale are going to survive. So guys, this is very good news, and it looks like we might have avoided the worst case scenario, and maybe that means this market has already bottomed. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.